Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to decode one of those conversations that can just leave your head spinning. We're going to zoom in and really look at what's happening, second by second, when you try to talk about your feelings and suddenly the whole thing just isn't about you anymore. I mean, has this ever happened to you? You walk away from a chat just feeling completely bewildered. You went in thinking, okay, I need to talk about how this person hurt me, but somehow by the time it's over, you're the one feeling guilty. Like you should be the one saying sorry. It's so strange and so frustrating, right? Well, let's unpack exactly what that is. All right, so to really get this, I want you to picture something with me. Imagine we're looking down into this tiny, perfectly detailed little diorama of a conversation. You know, like a little scene in a box? We've got two little figures in this miniature world, and they're about to have a talk that is just gonna go completely off the rails. So, in our little diorama, one of the figures, let's say that's you, takes a little breath and says, "It hurt my feelings when you did that." Now, this is exactly what you're supposed to do, right? It's a healthy, direct I statement. You're trying to connect, to fix something that's broken. And then, bam! The other figure in our little scene just fires back with, "You think your feelings are hurt? You have no idea what I'm going through." And there it is. That's the pivot. It's like a tiny earthquake just shook the whole diorama. The ground completely shifts. And just like that, what you were feeling, it's gone. It's just vanished. And in its place is this huge, dramatic, much bigger problem. Okay, so that jarring move, that conversational judo flip, that's not random. It's not an accident. It is a very specific dynamic, and it has a name. Welcome, my friends, to the Pain Olympics. At the very center of this whole thing is a very specific character. The covert victim. Now, this isn't about someone who's just genuinely in pain. It's about someone who uses their pain, almost like a shield. It's a way to deflect, to dodge any kind of responsibility. Their suffering basically becomes a get-out-of-jail-free card for whatever they did. And here's the absolute core of it, the main idea. They always win the gold medal because when they're the biggest victim, you can't be mad at them. See what's happening? The conversation isn't a conversation anymore. It's a competition of who's suffering more. And in this little contest, they've already put the gold medal around their own neck. Because, I mean, if their pain is so much bigger, how could you possibly be upset with them for your tiny little problem? So, okay, how does this actually work? Like, why is it so darn effective? Let's break down the mechanics, the nuts and bolts of this very clever, manipulative logic. The core tactic is actually pretty simple, but man, is it effective. They just make their pain seem bigger than yours. It's a deliberate inflation of their own suffering. And the whole point is to make your feelings look tiny, insignificant, even petty by comparison.
It all happens in this super fast 3-step flip. Ready? Step 1, you say how they hurt you. Step 2, they immediately hit back with their own quote-unquote greater pain. And then, step 3, the roles just completely reverse. Suddenly, you, the person who came in feeling hurt, you're now supposed to be the one comforting them. It's honestly a masterful move, and it is so disorienting.
All right, so now that we know how it works, how do we actually spot one of these gold medalists out in the wild, in our own lives? Well, there are some really clear signals you can look for. Here's the #1 red flag, the biggest signal of all. The second you try to talk about their actions, something they did, the conversation gets instantly rerouted to be about their pain, something they are feeling. It's like their behavior becomes this forbidden topic that you can never ever bring up because it's always buried under this mountain of their suffering. When you boil it all down, it's really about the goal of the conversation. In a healthy discussion, right, the whole point is to look at the issue and try to find a resolution, some understanding. But in the Pain Olympics, oh no. The focus is just on the competition of suffering. And the real goal isn't to solve anything. It's just to deflect. And look, this leads us to probably the most important thing to take away from all of this. Please remember this. Someone else being in pain does not cancel out your pain. It's not a zero-sum game. Life isn't like that. Two things can be true at once. Two people can be hurting. Your feelings are valid, they are real, and they absolutely deserve to be heard, not thrown into some rigged competition that you are never, ever supposed to win. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. In your conversations, in your life, who is it that consistently gets the gold medal? Because just knowing the rules of the game, well, that's the very first step in deciding if you even want to play anymore.